990-4896.
1 in 6 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime.
But when it's caught early, it's highly treatable.
For more than 30 years, PCF has funded cutting-edge research. Go to pcf.org/knowyourrisk to learn more about prostate cancer.
It's your life.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Friday, August 16th. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening. Earlier today, an RV caught fire here in Pahrump. Anthony Roberts has more.
Just after 9 a.m. today, August 16th, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded to a report of a structure fire on Fairbanks Street, located north of Lola Lane. Upon arrival, firefighters discovered an RV fully engulfed in flames, presenting a serious situation that requires immediate action. Firefighters quickly assessed the scene and initiated coordinated efforts to bring the fire under control. Their prompt response and effective firefighting techniques ensured that the fire did not spread to nearby structures, ultimately preventing further potential damages. Fortunately, there were no occupants in the RV at the time, and no injuries have been reported. The cause of the fire is currently under investigation as Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue works to determine the circumstances leading to this dramatic incident.
And on August 15th, a shooting incident occurred in Las Vegas, and the man responsible barricaded himself in a nearby residence. Roy Rosell has the latest update.
Following an hours-long police standoff at a residence in Las Vegas at the 4400 block of Durango Drive that prompted lockdowns near the CCSD schools, finally came to an end when the male suspect involved was taken into custody. Las Vegas Metro Police say the barricade situation began around 11:30 on Thursday morning, when officers were dispatched to a shooting incident. Up the road along Peaceway and South Bonita Street, Las Vegas Metro officers say a male suspect had barricaded himself inside of a nearby residence. Clifford Lawrence Middle School, which was in close proximity to the incident, was placed on lockdown during the time of the incident, leaving parents worried about their children. Around 4:30 p.m. on Thursday afternoon, Las Vegas Metro announced that the male had been taken into custody without incident. Las Vegas Metro has yet to release more details on this case, and they have also not released the male suspect's identity, but News 25 will keep you updated when more information becomes available.
On day 3 of the Robert Tellis murder trial, the court brings in more witness testimonies, adding to the intensity of this murder trial. And Ava Parducci has more.
In the ongoing trial of Robert Tellis, the former Clark County public administrator accused of murdering Las Vegas Review-Journal investigative reporter Jeff Gehrman, yesterday's proceedings involved the presentation of evidence and witness testimonies. The prosecution argued that Tellis had a clear motive for the murder due to Gehrman's critical reporting on Tellis's workplace environment. They introduced surveillance footage showing a suspect dressed like Tellis and DNA evidence linking Tellis to the crime. Around 1:30 p.m. yesterday, Dr. Stephanie Yagi, a medical examiner, testified about the transport of bodies and the autopsy process. She presented graphic images from Jeff Gehrman's autopsy detailing multiple stab wounds, including fatal injuries to the neck and heart. Yagi noted possible defensive wounds on Gehrman's hands and confirmed the cause of death as multiple sharp force injuries. Defense attorney Draskovich cross-examined Yagi, questioning the blood loss and potential murder weapon, but Yagi could not specify the weapon used. Prosecutor Chris Hamner reviewed the detailed detailed injuries once more. Jennifer Manning, a crime scene analyst, followed Yagi, detailing the collection of evidence from Gehrman's body, and showed the court additional pictures of injuries on Tellis, including a bruise not initially included in evidence and finger trauma. Detective Edgar Nahum described the evidence collection at Tellis's home, including a shoe found under a recliner. The shoe, matching the shoe in the surveillance footage the day of the murder, had been cut into pieces and placed into a plastic bag. James Milligan, another detective, detailed documenting evidence found at Tellis's home, including a duffel bag similar to the one seen in the suspect surveillance footage. The last, but definitely not least, to testify yesterday was Las Vegas detective John Hoffman. Along with his partners discovering a duffel bag and dismembered shoes, Hoffman, while looking in Robert Tellis's garage, discovered a plastic bag sitting on a toolbox. Detective Hoffman picked up the plastic bag and found a dismembered straw hat within the bag. The straw hat resembled the straw hat seen in the surveillance footage from the day of the murder. Now, testimonials had shared a duffel bag, tennis shoes, and a straw hat, all discovered at Robert Tellis's home, and all of which have striking resemblance to the suspect in the video footage. Lastly, two former co-workers of Tellis took the stand, Dan Colin and Roberta Lee Kennett, to share that Robert Tellis had a prior relationship with Jeff Gehrman and would often communicate regarding media relations, as Gehrman ran 4 individual stories on Tellis's work environment. Lee Kennett described Tellis's negative attitude toward Gehrman and spoke about Tellis confiding in her. Lee Kennett mentioned Tellis asking her to install an app for him that deleted text messages, and showed the court text message chains between Tellis and her. The text messages show Lee Kennett's concern about Tellis's vehicle that matched a description seen at the crime scene, and Tellis assures her it is not his vehicle. The trial will continue Monday, and more details will be shared.
More news now. A man is arrested for being a habitual criminal here in Pahrump, and the investigation further reveals that the man has several fraudulent credit cards. News 25 has more.
On August 15th at approximately 3:44 a.m., deputies conducted a traffic stop on a red Mazda sedan. Kurt Lopes was pulled over for not signaling and then turning and driving into oncoming traffic. During the stop, the driver, who was later identified as Lopes, reportedly refused to exit the vehicle. Lopes was ultimately removed from the vehicle and detained in mechanical restraints in front of the deputy's patrol vehicle. Prior to removing Lopes from the vehicle, another deputy noticed that there was an empty firearm holster in the passenger seat. Later investigation revealed that Lopes' driver's license had allegedly been suspended, and while conducting inventory of the red Mazda before the tow truck came, deputies allegedly found a black semi-automatic handgun in the passenger seat, as well as a multitude of items including stacks of checks, credit cards, and banking information. According to the declaration, deputies say that based on their law enforcement experience, they could tell that the items that were found were fraudulent. Kurt Lopes was then taken into the Nye County Detention Center and booked. Lopes is currently facing charges of being an habitual felon, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, 2 counts of forged credit cards, and 1 count of possession of a false status or license ID.
More coming up from your local news station. This is News 25.
Car wreck? Check. Motorcycle wreck? Check. Truck wreck? Check. Bicycle wreck? Check. UFO wreck? What? In a wreck? You need a check. Call Lerner and Road today.
Lerner and Road is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
With the current economic uncertainty, investments in silver and precious metals are a great way to protect your future. It's 1898 in New Mexico. One of the most famous train robberies is about to take place. Notorious outlaws Bronco Bill and Kid Johnson forced their way onto a train carrying more than $50,000 in Morgan silver dollar coins. Most were never found. Until now, we have uncovered a secret stash of Morgan silver dollars, identical to the coins stolen by the famous bandits. These rare coins can be yours. 800-975-9064. Each coin carries a pulse-pounding Wild West history. For the first time ever, we are selling these rare coins by the pound, sent discreetly inside a limited edition collectible velvet sack. Act now and receive a replica Bronco Bill wanted poster to pass down this incredible story from generation to generation. Own a bag of these silver dollar treasures before they become a part of someone else's collection. Call today, 800-975-9064. That's 800-975-9064. 4.
Oh, Happy Bread French Bakery and Cafe. Now serving breakfast all day, including our delicious crepe, waffles, omelets, and more. For lunch, our deli sandwiches are the best in town, featuring high-quality meats and cheeses, and made on our wonderful French breads baked here every day. Come enjoy our little corner of France in the desert, and enjoy a conversation over an espresso, just like the street cafes of Paris. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. Merci.
Welcome to the Eric Bear Show. Channel 25, 9 a.m. every Sunday, where myself, Eric Bear, and Tay, we're going to be talking about things that are going to encourage you, inspire you, and create thoughts where you think on your own. That's what this channel is about. Look forward to seeing you. Come on and join me. Grab your friends and family. Here we are.
Ethan was shot in the head in his best friend's house with an unsecured gun. The father, the gun owner, he stored his 3 guns and bullets in a shoebox. That has to be the most horrific experience that a human could ever have.
Big rigs can cause big injuries. Get big help. Get Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Da Shop LV, vape and smoke accessories where you can always find the Aloha spirit. Located at 1555 East Flamingo Road in Las Vegas.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. An enormous amount of sensitive information for millions of people here in the United States could be in the hands of a hacking group following a data breach that occurred this month.
In a shocking revelation, almost 2.7 billion records of personal information belonging to individuals in the United States have reportedly been leaked on a hacking forum, raising serious concerns about data privacy and security. The breach, which includes names, social security numbers, physical addresses, and possible aliases, is alleged to have originated from National Public Data, a company that collects and sells access to personal data primary for background checks, criminal records, and private investigations. According to sources, the data was made public by a hacker known as Finis on August 6th through the breached forum. Finis claims that the leak was orchestrated by another individual referred to as SXUL. The extensive leak consists of 2 text files totaling an astonishing 277 gigabytes, containing nearly 2.7 billion plain text records. Investigation by Bleeping Computers suggests that while the leak may not encompass the information of every individual in the U.S., numerous users has confirmed the inclusion of their own and family members' personal details, even those of deceased relatives. In light of these revelations, multiple class action lawsuits have been filed against Jericho Pictures, the entity believed to operate under the name National Public Data, for failing to secure sensitive personal information adequately. As a precaution, individuals residing in the United States are urged to monitor their credit reports for any signs of fraudulent activity, especially given that the breach includes hundreds of millions of social security numbers. In the event of any suspicious findings, it is advised to report them directly to the credit bureau.
And we've got more news from Death Valley, as there seems to be a lot of that lately. The Death Valley National Park Service shared information regarding a couple on a road trip whose trailer caught fire, and Ava Parducci has more.
A travel trailer caught fire in Death Valley National Park on Sunday, August 11th. The fire ignited while the vehicle was traveling downhill on Town Pass CA 190. The driver and his wife were able to save their pickup truck by detaching it from the trailer and attempted to extinguish the fire with their fire extinguishers. They suspect a propane issue near the refrigerator inside the camper caused the fire. An off-duty National Park Service employee reported the incident. With Death Valley National Park's fire engine temporarily out of service due to staffing shortages, San Bernardino County Fire, Mojave National Preserve, CHP, Caltrans, and the Bureau of Land Management responded to the scene.
And the man that went missing earlier this week in Lake Mead has been found.
Rangers with the Lake Mead National Recreation Area discovered a body on Wednesday, August 14th. According to a social media post, Rangers recovered the body around 3:42 p.m. on August 14th near Boulder Harbor. The Clark County Coroner's Office on Thursday, August 15th identified the person as 58-year-old Gregory Bell. Bell had been reported missing earlier this week, and the National Park Service says he was last seen paddleboarding near the Boulder Islands. Bell was reportedly with a group, and heavy winds caused some people to fall into the water. Officials say that Bell was the only person who hadn't returned to the group. Park officials are continuing to investigate this ongoing incident.
More news now as this year's U.S. presidential race continues to twist and turn like never before. News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers now joins us from Sin City with the campaign update.
GOP presidential nominee Donald J. Trump continues to trailblaze across the country, making no excuses even after being impeached, arrested, convicted, and shot. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris consistently makes large promises to the American public that have never been on her White House agenda before. Now, many citizens are questioning why our VP wouldn't just start acting now then.
Kamala has declared that tackling inflation will be a day one priority. Just think of it, for her, but day one for Kamala was 3.5 years ago. Why hasn't she done it?
America's VP, along with the DNC, have always been aware of Biden's complete cognitive decline.
When Kamala lays out her fake economic plan this week, probably will be a copy of my plan, because basically that's what she does. Just remember, she goes to work every morning in the West Wing. Her desk is 10 steps from the Oval Office. She cast the tie-breaking votes that gave us record inflation, and for nearly 4 years, Kamala has grackled as the American economy has burned.
The influx of massive illegal immigrants has produced lower wages and higher unemployment rates for U.S. citizens.
She was the border czar, right? She was the border czar. It was a big deal. She says now she wasn't the border czar. That's okay. She was in charge of the border. Call it whatever you want. But she was in charge, and it was the worst. This was the worst border in history. There's never been a border in the world like this. Why hasn't she brought back the jobs? Why? She talks about jobs. We're going to come up with a new plan. She's been there for 3.5 years with a man who, frankly, she defrauded the public because she didn't tell you about that man. I exposed him during the debate. Thank you very much.
Vice presidents have the authority to break a tie vote in the Senate, as Harris did just 2 years ago, allowing the IRS to further scrutinize tips.
A couple of days ago, and we will have no tax on tips. I said that was my plan. Not only didn't she, they came up with a plan to go after all these people violently.
On this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 50. The Senate being equally divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative, and the bill, as amended, is passed.
She'll copy a lot of other things, too. But she'll never do them. She'll never do them. She'll say them for the election, but she'll never do them. She can't solve the problem because she is the problem. She destroyed San Francisco. She's not going to destroy our country. So get your friends, get your family, register, volunteer, and get the hell out and vote. You got to vote.
Our votes do count here in our vital Silver Swing state. I'm Maria Centers for News 25 Las Vegas.
Thank you very much, Maria. Sports coming up next with Mikey.
Greg here with the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza. Back-to-back record sales in both new and pre-owned volume over the last 2 months have our team excited and ready to serve. We're restocked with a massive selection of over 300 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, and over 1,000 new Chevy and GMC vehicles available in our vast inventory network, like the redesigned GMC Acadia with 3 rows now bigger and better than ever. Check out our hottest sailors, while stock lasts, of Chevy Trax and Trailblazers. Or how about Motor Trend's Truck and SUV of the Year, our very own Chevy Colorado and Blazer EV. With all new factory incentives and aggressive Auto Plaza discounts, get a deal on a GMC Sierra or Chevy Silverado, both half-ton and heavy-duty trucks not seen in years. Only at the Auto Plaza. We love you, Pahrump.
Oh, my power bill. What?
Wait, you don't have to be ruthless to save energy. Turn off unnecessary lighting, unplug unused devices and appliances. Set your thermostat to be more efficient. For more information, go to vea.coop.
Look, Maggie, this month is much better.
Are you or someone you know having a tough time making a medical decision for a loved one? Well, I've been there, and it's so important to get the right support for those last precious months. Nathan Adelson Hospice sets the standard for superior quality end-of-life care. And when your family needs hospice, they deserve the best in Southern Nevada. You and your loved ones deserve Nathan Adelson Hospice.
Ace Country.
Rise and shine. Tune in Sunday mornings at 8 for the Classic Country Breakfast with me, Mikey. I'll be playing a whole hour of all the classics. From Willie. On the road again. To Johnny.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
To Patsy.
Crazy.
To Dolly.
Jolene, Jolene.
All the classic country music to start your Sunday morning. You bring the hash browns, and I'll bring the Hank.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering purpose and belonging well earned. Fighting and winning for our nation and its people. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment is visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. Let's jump on over to Radio Land because here's Mikey to tell us what's cooking this Sunday morning on Classic Country Breakfast on Ace Country Radio and streaming on Channel 25.8, now on the new Ace Country Radio app.
Oh, howdy. You caught me listening to the Ace Country Radio app. Again, you can too. It's free. You can download it wherever you get your apps. On the menu this Sunday morning on Classic Country Breakfast. Born on August 12th, country legend Porter Wagner. Also born on August 12th, another legend, Buck Owens. We'll pay tribute to both of them. Born on August 16th, Billy Joe Shaver. We'll pay tribute to him. In the Not an Oldie But a Goodie segment, my special guest Justin Trevino calls the show to talk about his influences and his new album, One Tear at a Time, The Acoustic Sessions.
And really that was kind of the little push, the little nudge that I needed to go ahead and bring this album to fruition, because I had been thinking about doing it. But when I got that song from Bill, I knew I had to record it. And so right about now is a brand new song that was written by Bill Anderson and Bobby Tomberland and a third writer named Walt Aldridge.
Classic Country Breakfast this Sunday morning at 8 on Ace Country Radio and streaming at Channel 25.8 and now on the new Ace Country Radio app.
Thank you, Mikey. And sports, well, it's exciting times for some very talented little leaguers from Henderson. Mikey again here with sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The Las Vegas Aviators pulled out a W last night against the Oklahoma City Ball Club, 9-2. Rematch this evening at 7:05. Peso Verde from Henderson has advanced in the Little League World Series thanks to a 9-1 victory over South Shore from Staten Island, New York. They will play their next game on August 19th against the winner of Hinsdale, Illinois and Waikuku, Hawaii. Only one more sleep until Las Vegas Aces return to the court. They welcome the New York Liberty tomorrow. Also, the Las Vegas Raiders welcome the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow evening. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
The Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam made a beautiful shot as usual right outside the KPVM television studios here at Pahrump, Mount Charleston. And I know my fellow early birds, when they get up in the morning like me, you know it's been a little chillier. I had a little coffee on the deck, might need a sweater. Forecast.
Make this the summer event at your hometown dealer, Saida Trudeau, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. We are rolling out the savings all month long on everything in stock. Come in today and save thousands on all new 2024 Chrysler 300s and new 2024 Chrysler Pacificas. Did you know that Chrysler Pacifica is the most awarded minivan 7 years in a row? Did you also know that qualified buyers may be eligible for up to $7,500 clean vehicle tax credit on new Chrysler Pacifica plug-in hybrids? That's huge savings. Maybe you want to make this the summer of Jeep. Whether you're hitting the beach, the trails, or windy mountain roads, it's better in a Jeep. Come in today and get up to $2,500 total cash allowance on a new 2024 Jeep Compass. Or check out the new 2024 Jeep Wrangler with no payments for 90 days. At Saida Trudeau, we're proud to have served our community for over 22 years and look forward to 22 more. Make this the summer you come to Saida Trudeau, your original hometown dealer.
Hi, I'm attorney Jonathan Nelson of J.K. Nelson Law. We've been honored to be recognized by Best of Las Vegas and receive the Best Attorney in Pahrump for the past 4 years running. Awards are great, but helping clients get the money they deserve is why we're in business. After you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important not to listen to the insurance companies. Give us a call today, 775-727-9900. With offices in Pahrump, Southwest Vegas, and Summerlin, our team is here ready to fight for you for the money you're entitled to. So give us a call today.
I went to the doctor and was told I had stage 3 cancer and I would most likely never carry another baby. Because of this breakthrough trial funded by Stand Up to Cancer, I was able to welcome a beautiful baby girl. Help push cancer research further at standuptocancer.org/cures.
Let's go! Like Deadpool and Wolverine, you can be a hero. Save a best friend for life at a shelter near you.
Yeah! Look at you! She's coming with us!
No, she's not. Oh, yes. Visit bestfriends.org today and bring love home.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm Kaylee Bentler in the News 25 Weather Studios, giving you your weather forecast. We're starting off in the region up in Fernley. We're at 93 degrees. Fallon at 95, Carson City 88, Tonopah at 91, Goldfield 92, Beatty 101, Amargosa 106, Las Vegas 105, and Death Valley 117. In the Paradise of Pahrump, we're currently at 102 degrees, and we saw a high of 104. Winds south 14 miles an hour with humidity at 9%. Sun rose this morning at 6:03 and will set at 7:31 p.m. Expect humidity at 17%, winds southeast 11 miles an hour with a low of 79 and a little bit of clouds there. As for the rest of the week, we have a blustery Saturday at 102 degrees and those winds 18 miles an hour. And then getting up to 105 by Tuesday and getting back down. Looking like it's a chilly Friday at 99 degrees on Friday. And that's your look at the weather. Back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you very much, Kaylee. Looks like a great weekend, whether you're off-roading or just chilling out. That'll just about do it for us tonight. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great night.
Lift your voice.
One in 6 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime, and we're more than twice as likely to die from the disease.
Family history of prostate cancer can double your risk.
But when it's caught early, it's highly treatable.
For more than 30 years, PCF has funded cutting-edge research that speeds new treatments into clinics, helping patients live longer with fewer complications. Go to pcf.org/knowyourrisk today to learn more about prostate cancer and how you can advocate for yourself.
It's your health.
It's your life.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25.